everybody. Welcome to China Chat. It's my first live show. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous, so bear with me. The topic for today is, as a woman, why I like the biker lifestyle and the ups and downs. Well, let me start by beginning that I was born and raised in Schaumburg, and in Schaumburg, you didn't see a lot of bikers. And if we did, they were what we called the yuppies on bikes. So it wasn't the kind of bikers you would picture. Um, my first time ever on the back of a bike was in 1993. No, it wasn't with Hollywood. It was with the guy I was dating prior to Hollywood. And okay, not really a bike as some people are concerned. It was a katana, crotch rocket, rice burner, whatever the nicknames are for these bikes. Um, we were actually on our way to Sycamore Speedway on Mother's Day and driving down all these back roads. There was 3 bikes. First guy driving like an idiot, flying. Mind you, I was the only one out of everybody on those bikes not wearing a helmet. All 3 of the guys had helmets. I did not. We were heading there to, I don't even remember if it was a race or what exactly we were going to see, 'cause it was so long ago. But the first guy that was up in front, driving like a moron, hit gravel. Next thing you know it, I see an engine from a bike flying in front of the bike I was on passenger on. While the bike I was on was still going, I slid off the back and jumped and started running towards where the first rider was. Bounced off a tree. The bike bounced off of him. Get to the person. His helmet was still on, but he was nearly decapitated. 1 foot and a shoe were about 10 feet away from the body. The other was twisted. Died instantly on impact. I freaked out. We waited for the ambulance. I hesitated to get back on the bike I was on, go back to the house so we could tell the parents. And sadly, it was Mother's Day, and we got there right after the police did to inform the mother that her son just passed away on Mother's Day. After that, I really never wanted to go on a bike. Then I met Hollywood. Boy, Harleys are so much different than them crotch rockets. Smoother ride too, and your back doesn't hurt. I recovered after that and decided, hey, who's this guy? Met through a CB radio. Yeah, CB radio was the thing back in the 90s. We met, and next thing you know it, we're dating back in 94. And didn't know too much about him in the beginning, but he introduced me to what a biker lifestyle is really like. Let me tell you, a lot different than what I grew up seeing in Schaumburg. And who doesn't like to see a hot guy on a Harley? I know I do. The pros and cons. The pros, the rides and the freedom. Didn't have that kind of freedom. I grew up basically, I guess you could say, in a sheltered lifestyle. Didn't want that anymore. Sure don't have it now. Not sheltered. I know more than I probably ever would want to know and do want to know. But it was great. It's still great. 20 million years later. Riding on the back of a Harley is way different than riding on the back of one of those crotch rockets. More comfortable ride. Love it. Love the feeling of the air, the freedom, the no worries when you're on the back of that bike. Just the worries of other drivers not paying attention. So them drivers out on the road, watch out for these bikes. I love the lifestyle. Not around it as much as we used to be, but I love it. I love the camaraderie, the family. I don't have much to do with my family. My family is James's family. My family is the bikers, and my kids. Other than that, there really isn't much for me besides my job and being here at home. I'm only going to touch one thing when it comes to being in a club. Only one thing, and that's the property of patch. Not all clubs do it. I wore one. I felt respected wearing one. It doesn't mean anything like an ownership paper. I loved wearing it and wore it proud. The cons of the biker club or any biker lifestyle whatsoever was the lack of time being able to spend with Hollywood. We had a baby. He wasn't home much. I basically was the kind of, I guess you can say, the mother and the father the first few years of our daughter's life, because he was going more than coming home. But you learn to deal with it because you got all the other women that are in the club to help you out, to come over, to be friends with, to have a good time with, drink a glass of wine, kick your feet up. That was the roughest part. It's not for everybody as far as women go, because it does get rough. But if you've got a good group of female friends in the biker lifestyle, or even friends that aren't in the lifestyle, you can make it through. Tried to interview Hollywood this morning, but he declined. Said this is my show today. Really wanted to. Maybe I can get him later in the future. That would actually be fun. Even contemplated interviewing my son, but he was too young when he was first around the biker lifestyle, so he probably wouldn't remember a lot. My daughter would, but she's away at college. Go Warhawks. She remembers a lot of it. Yeah, Pam, that property patch, gotta be proud wearing that. I always was. And as far as feeling safer, yeah, because you're a part of something important and a part of something special. An extended family to what you already have. My extended family includes a lot of bikers out there. Love y'all. I don't mention names because that's not my place, but there were a lot of them when we were living in Bartlett that I came to depend on, and I'm very grateful for everything that they did when Hollywood wasn't home. To be honest with you, the pros really outweigh the cons. Biker lifestyle. I wish I could be one of the chicks on the front of the bikes. My coordination just doesn't exist, so I don't think it would ever happen. I also am very impatient. If I can't catch something right away, I give up. As far as riding goes, I basically gave up because the 2 hands, 2 feet, can't do it. I've tried. Ask Hollywood. It was a joke. I wish there were more women riders, because I've noticed many, 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 many times that a lot of bikers look negatively on women riders. Hey, that woman rider might know how to fix the hog you're riding. You don't know. Nobody messes with you, James, with property patch on. Nobody ever messed with me because it was out of respect. Uh, I know a little about bikes. Really good at washing Hollywoods. That's about all I can do. But let me tell you, I can really make that chrome sparkle. Boy, this is not as easy as he makes it look when he's live. I can't believe it. I wish it was. He makes it look so easy. Kind of digging my pre-recording. I like reading the comments though. You guys are great. Pam, you are so right. I totally agree with that. I miss a lot of the club stuff now that we're not involved. We still ride on occasion, just not as much as we used to. Um, I miss a lot of the guys. You see them sometimes. There's a few out there I'd really, really, really like to see, but it's been a few years. Um, just to see how they're all doing. Street Rossi, that is out of respect for him, that is something I will not answer about Hollywood leaving the club. Apologize for that. That's a Hollywood question, not a spouse. But out of respect for him, I will not answer that one. Sorry. Carla, right? Polish it. Gotta polish it. Gotta make the chrome shine. Trust me, I'm good at it. Kind of weird with it not being out in the garage right now, because right about now would be the time I'd start probably getting ready to prep that thing for riding season, but it's in the shop, which is going to cost a pretty penny from what I've seen and heard. But that's okay, we need it. Gotta be able to be free and ride. A trike? I've seen trikes. Is it as hard as riding a regular Harley? 2 hands, 2 feet? Can't do. I could drive stick, but I don't know if it's just the 2 hands, 2 feet. Can't coordinate both. The 2 feet are easy. It's the 2 hands. Even though I'm ambidextrous, I guess you could just say I'm extremely impatient. Harley, sorry to hear about that, girl. That's sad. Kind of awkward that you lost touch with the club and the family life of the club because of that. Normally, you think they would pull you closer. Uh, Man, I'm running out of thoughts. My brain's half asleep. It's early. A granny bike. I think as far as the MC life being an escape from the real world, I think just being on a bike is an escape from the real world. It doesn't matter whether you're an MC or not an MC. I think being out of there is just the ride makes you feel free. I mean, heck, I can get in my car and go for a drive, but it's not the same thing, even with the windows down. You don't get the same feeling. You don't get the same feeling of freedom. Hey, Lori Bell. You don't get the same feeling of freedom in driving in your car as you would on the back of a bike or even in the front of a bike. I would love to see way more women out on the front of those bikes. Way more. This percentage and these statistics about how men are basically the only riders out there. We need to do something about that. Oh, well, if anybody does know how to teach me to ride a bike, that'd be great, but I'm sure Hollywood wouldn't let me use it, and I don't have one. I think all bikers and all clubs need all their riders close because they're a family. Yeah, wind therapy is the real shit. I kind of dig being on the back sometimes way more than possibly being on the front. 'Cause right watching, Hollywood be bitch on the bike was kind of humorous to me, but didn't seem right because I'm so used to being on the back. I like being able to look around and enjoy the scenery and not have to concentrate so much on everything that he has to watch out for. But mind you, I do watch out for everything when I'm on the back of that bike. Sometimes I've noticed things coming up that he hasn't even noticed yet. So you're always watching out for the rider, even as you enjoy the scenery, which we get a lot of scenery out here. A lot of nice places to ride to. Um, the biggest pro is just the feeling of freedom, and the family. Um, Always having someone to turn to when Hollywood wasn't home. The women, camaraderie. Uh, don't mind me. I've got my pit at my feet. She's the first time, but not on the show. Um, she's hanging out under here watching me, staring at me with sad dog face, like, what are you doing? Um, I just loved feeling like I had a family when in the past almost 10 years, um, I've been, I guess you can say, the black sheep of the family, since my dad passed almost 10 years ago. Um, no, nah, Hollywood didn't go all Bruce Jenner. It's his wife. um, the only thing I can say to the question earlier is about why Hollywood left the club life. He got real sick. Uh, he fights epilepsy, so it's not easy. Um, I know there's a few out there that also have other medical conditions and issues. Um, but he fights that on a daily basis. Grand malls are not fun to witness, let me tell you. And the feeling of helplessness because you don't know what to do. But that's the answer that I can give you for why Hollywood left the club life. That's that's the reason. Um, I'm probably boring everybody on their Sunday mornings. I could ride a bike, but it's the mountain bike 10 speed that's out in the garage. Uh, it's not the same. Being that I'm not seeing a lot of questions popping up, so I guess for my first time, it was awkward. Bounced around on a few subjects. Um, his smoking does help. Yeah, it does help. It doesn't prevent them though, unfortunately. Um, I just feel like I'm all over the place, but that's okay because I kind of just decided this morning I was gonna wing it. And when I came to Hollywood saying I wanted to interview him, he said, Yeah, no, not gonna happen. He did not want to be interviewed, which kind of makes me sad. But hopefully next time if I am live, and if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I do check, and Hollywood checks. Please, please, please subscribe. I only have about 29 subscribers, because then maybe I could start doing, I would love to do a couple show with him. Maybe I could start doing my live shows on my side instead of taking over the Madhouse. But for now, my nervous little booty's gotta pee. I got a lot of biker stories, but I'm being told that it's my time to go for the day. Maybe next show we'll talk about it. Have a good Sunday, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please continue watching Hollywood. Please subscribe to my channel, which is down in the subscription. Love y'all. Be safe. Watch out for those bikers, everybody out there. Peace out.